Alright, now that we've defeated Tropicawa, we can get the axe from Watts, albeit for a nominal fee, because he is somewhat of a con artist. Aw, well, aren't we special? A boulder, you say? That sounds like it might be useful in a place that we tried to go earlier. Yes, I will buy it. Fine, whatever. That's $100 that I don't have for armor now, which sucks, but anyway... We have the axe, and we're going to give it to the sprite, and we're going to let him level up with the sword, the spear, and the axe. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to do some grinding with him so that he doesn't die the instant we walk into the haunted forest. Thank you for the shortcut, Watts, but we're not quite going to take it just yet. We're going to come out here, and we're going to buy some armor first, which is going to be over to the far right here. And the sprite already has the mid-rope, so be sure not to buy that again. You can accidentally buy a duplicate if you're not careful and you don't pay attention to what's going on. I do need some headgear for myself. A rabbite cap for the sprite sounds good. Let's see. Spiky suits for me and the sprite. And let's see, the wristband, nope, that's not as powerful as the elbow pad, which we already had, and we're just short of the money needed for a third elbow pad for the sprite. But we've got plenty of armor, so I'm going to equip that and then go out and make some money and buy him an elbow pad and do that, and then I'm going to grind and I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll meet you when I'm ready to go back to the haunted forest. Actually, one thing I did forget before I go grinding, be sure to talk to Watts again and get your spear forged. Let's see, it's going to be right here. Oh, I don't have the money. Well, whatever. Be sure to go get it forged, though. Alright, every character is at full health and maximum proficiency with the sword, the spear, and the axe. I'm not going to bother leveling up the gloves, the boomerang, and the bow because I want to minimize the amount of time I spend grinding off camera, and because, quite frankly, those weapons suck anyway. But before we go into the haunted forest, I do want to show you one thing that's going to come in really handy throughout the course of the game, both for grinding and for just exploring in general. I'm going to show you the action grid, which determines how your characters behave on the battlefield. Right now, I have the sprite set to approach and attack. He's very aggressive right now. I wanted him there because he was grinding his weapons, and I wanted him taking an active role in fighting so that he would level up faster. But I don't need that now. I need him to be more passive. I want him to guard us and keep away from enemies if at all possible, because he is very delicate and fragile and weak. And he will get killed in the forest in an instant if he just goes in slaying people, because he's not quite up to the level of me and the girl yet. So we're going to set him to a more passive role, and this part over here to the right determines what level they'll charge their weapons up to, but we don't want him charging weapons. That's silly. So I'm just going to do level 0, so he'll just take a swing if he needs to. And now we're going to do the exact opposite for the girl. Her grid is set to aggressive, but she's powerful and strong, and she can take care of herself, and I want her right down there in the trenches with me. So we are going to set her to aggressive so that I have a good teammate. And I have the sword because there's a lot of cutting to do in the haunted forest, and I don't want to have to switch characters just to cut down roses and stuff. So I'm going to keep myself with the sword. I would normally take the spear because it is currently the most powerful weapon we have. It has a few more attack points than the sword does, but just so I don't have to go around switching characters all the time. Oh, nuts. I have the evade to take care of them, but the girl doesn't just yet, but she won't get hurt too badly if she takes an arrow. Sprite, on the other hand, he's just a few levels below us, and he needs to be a little more careful. Oh, and the girl has more than 100 hit points now. That's a nice little milestone for her. So it didn't matter that she took the hit anyway. Come on, girl. That is one complaint a lot of people have about this game with the AI, is that they tend to get stuck behind obstacles fairly easily, but I've never had that's never been too annoying for me to, like, take points off for. Look at this little guy running away. What a wimp. Oh, hey, hey, hey. You think that's cool? You think that's funny? Well, I'll kill you in a heartbeat. These guys are good for experience. That's why I'm going around just killing all of them. Holy cow. I don't think so, Scooter. And there's Neko up there. You can buy stuff from him if you need to, but we're not going to visit him just yet because he will appear later in Eline's castle, which is where we're headed. So we'll see him again, and we'll buy the necessary items from him at that time when we see him in her castle. And here's a teleportation pad, which allows us to move onwards and upwards. And now, of course, we need to use the axe where we could not go forward earlier. So I'm going to switch to the sprite. Here you go, Sulfie. You get to be useful for a minute. Hooray! So let's go this way. I think this is the way we're supposed to go for now. I don't think this sends us going completely forward yet. Nope, can't go anywhere here yet. Oh, that's right. You have to hit the switch and make the thing come up. I get it. I get it. So now we got to go all the way around. But the axe, the giant skulls are down now, so we can move onward when we need to. Let's see if I can get away with hitting him. Let's see if I can get away with hitting him with a charge attack. Let's see if I can keep evading long enough. Nope, can't quite reach. You, however, I can reach with you, but not anymore, so let's move on. Okay, Sprite, you are gonna need to stop taking it like that. That's a real problem in this forest. Like, the Chobin Hoods have such a rhythm that if they really start laying into you, I saw a treasure chest back there, and you better believe I'm picking it up. It might have a trap, but whatever. Mom. Whoops. Oh well, not too terrible. We have candy if we need it, and we'll start getting chocolate soon once we visit Neko in the castle. Chocolate is the next healing item up from candy. Chocolate restores 250 hit points as opposed to 100, which is going to come in very useful soon. We want to get rid of this guy ASAP. He can create Chobin Hoods, and I think, oh yes, he can Moogle us. That's wonderful. I can't do anything while I'm Moogled, and we don't have the item yet. Well, we could use a medical herb to get rid of this, but Moogling doesn't last long enough to warrant the use of that particular... Well, I guess I'm going to have to get this before... Oh, well, at least it was a good thing, and it wasn't a trap. Mandatory trap, that would suck. There we go. Now we can get back around and go that way. And the Haunted Forest basically just continues like this. Again, a very linear place like Gaia's Navel. There's not much to it. I took that arrow on purpose. I know I have the defense to dodge stuff like that. Oh, yay, and he went up a level anyway, so it would have been for naught to use candy on him. That's generally the way this game works, however. You can generally get away with a... You come back here, you little rat bastard. You can generally get away with holding off on candy because eventually they're going to level up. It's really hard to take enough damage to die until you get really close to the end game. Let's get up out of here. Come on, come on! It's not like it's not like we have places to be or anything, you guys. Just sit here and get hit by the arrow. That sounds wonderful. Of all the team members, the Sprite is probably my least favorite. At least until he gets magic anyhow. Ow, that punch glove kind of hurt for a punch glove. They usually do like somewhere between 8 and 12. Wow, not having too good luck with the hits today. I need to level up soon. But then again, that is why we are killing everything in sight. Because that definitely helps you level up and not have to use candy so much. And we're getting better experience than ever by being here in the Haunted Forest and killing easy Chobin Hoods. But we are almost to Eline's castle now. We've pretty much made it through the puzzle-solving part of the forest, such as it was. And now we are almost at the castle, where the difficulty is going to be ramped up somewhat severely. It would have been ramped up here in the Haunted Forest if we had left the girl behind at Gaia's Navel. We would have had to fight some werewolves, which is a part people generally consider to be difficult. But the werewolves are fast and they do hurt a lot. But they're not the worst guys in the world, I don't suppose. There we go. And this should take us almost, I think we're almost there. Yeah, it should generally be just a few more screens before we reach the castle. The teleporter pad will make a different noise when we're ready to go that way. Are you guys done playing with the stairs yet? It's not exactly an escalator. It's not that fun. There we go. I generally feel like I can take the arrows if I need to. I'll dodge them most of the time. Mushrooms are simple, but just keep killing for the experience. That's, tempted, gonna do it. Oh, okay. No money, no problems, though. Let's get moving on the way. A few blats and then we'll be at Eline's castle. It will be up on a very raised platform with a wider surface area than is normally granted to a teleporter. Just wind around this way. I know what to do here. You think you can run away? I don't think so, Scooter. Come on. There we go. Switch back briefly. And you can switch characters by pressing the select button. I don't think I've explained that yet, but that comes in handy quite often. Yeah. Way to defend us, Sprite. And now we are at Eline's castle, and watch out because there's a werewolf coming to kick our asses. See how he comes in with a spin kick like that? You got to be careful. I generally like to come in from the corners and get them that way. I don't like to approach them head on. And they can heal themselves. We may see... Well, no, we killed them in time. You don't actually go this way. We're going to go around. God forbid a castle should have a straightforward entrance, huh? Alright, Chobin hoods. Yeah, just keep giving us easy experience. That's awesome. Excellent. So we go around this way, is it? Yes. And if we have the bow, if we decide to use it, there is a werewolf around here somewhere, because Chobin hoods cannot cure themselves. Well, we're just going to avoid him for now. The bow is kind of nice in that you can go up a few. What am I trying to say here? The bow can, like, reach higher platforms and stuff, whereas a weapon like the sword or the spear can't. Wow. He took less damage than I thought he might, and I took the same amount of damage as him, quite frankly. Those werewolves, they will get to be a pain in the butt, as we will see. That's not a very good place to be standing. Fortunately, he can't be knocked off into the black abyss. Aww! Aww! Cheap. Well... I guess let's cut our losses and make our way to the castle. You don't want to run forward right after you open this gate, because if you run forward, you're going to get moogled by touching the, I think the I Spy, his name is. In fact, you can use, well, you can't now. I was going to say you can use targeting to figure out the names of enemies. It's on the ring menu along with, like, your action menu and stuff. Hello, Poison Needles. I didn't miss you. And now you gotta be careful. Some of these chairs are enemies. They're fake enemies. You basically have to watch out for the ones that are positioned away from the table. The one that's, like, up right next to the table like that in the upper right, that's the only one that's not actually an enemy. These are polter chairs. They are chairs that come to life and are generally quite ineffectual as enemies. Yay! I had thought about using a candy. I'm glad I don't have to now. You stupid polter chair. I will kill you dead. Come here, you. But coming up soon, we have a boss. Not in today's video. We're not going to get through the castle that quickly, I don't think. But, okay, be careful. There's an I Spy up here. If you run into those guys, if you touch them, you'll get moogled. So you want to be really careful about that. But there's a boss coming up soon that people generally feel is very difficult. But if you have the right equipment, it's not really that bad. It's Spiky Tiger, and we'll see him tomorrow. This is a dead end. We don't really need to be in here. But that gives us a chance to, more experience farming with the I Spies and the Chobin hoods and the whatnots. The one over the left is just standing there watching. That's pretty much all he can do right now. This is very enthralling. I am enjoying myself. Alright. New level for the girl. But I think we're about to have to stop. This is going to be a good place with no enemies hanging around after we get rid of the I Spy. Oh, yes. Also great. So we need to go to the left here. So we're going to step on the switch, open this cage door, and tomorrow we will go farther into Eline's castle, face Spiky Tiger, a boss people generally consider as being highly difficult, but really isn't. And we will get more weapons, more experience, do more fun things tomorrow. See you guys!